Commanders, and welcome to episode 9, where we will do Storm Shield Defense number 3. So we'll get mini llamas out of this and hero XP, and it will also fulfill our quest for Storm Shield Defense 3, which will give us X-ray tickets, Kevin the Technologist, which is a big deal. That'll give us access to gadgets, which are tools above and beyond what we already have, and will give us one more survivor slot, which survivor slots are what determine your power level to a great extent. Not completely, but to a great extent. But not as exciting as the other stuff we're going to get. So, to refresh your memory, we'll look at it when we get in, but to refresh your memory, we have defenses to the east and the west, and we have just minimal defenses, the ones done by the tutorial, to the south. There's a new husk type being introduced with this storm shield, and that's the propane husky. They throw propane that explodes when it hits. If you see them, Alright, so if you see a propane husky, try to shoot the propane can, not the husk. Because it's a husky, they're hard to kill. But if you shoot the propane can, it'll blow up and take out it and any husks around it. So here's the weapons we have available, and here's the traps we have available. Still not much, but we do have some trap making materials this time, more than we had last time. I think we probably have enough to make do. This is not going to be a stellar trap tunnel. None of these are, just because we're still running short on the stuff to make traps. But we will improve our tunnel a little bit and put some traps here and there. So that's to the west. To the east. The east gets attacked every single time you defend Stonewood. So we need to keep improving this tunnel, even though we'll end up replacing most of these traps by the end. Because every time you do a storm shield defense, the husks have a higher power level that come attack you. So your old traps, relative to the power of the husks, the number of hit points they have and how much damage they can take, is less. So we want to make sure that we're keeping our traps up with the husks coming through. Now we want them to zigzag through here because it slows them down and bunches them up. So we can do that, and I will. Remember, until we start this defense, anything we have to break, we'll get all our materials back for it. Now you see how they come straight line right up there? We want them to zigzag. So we can take this wall out and get the materials back for it, and then put it here. But then, if you look, the wall launcher will never get used because they'll never go into that corner. We don't have a schematic, so we can't recreate the wall launcher, so we're going to trash all these walls going down and stagger them the opposite way, so that at the end they end up facing the wall launcher. Okay, so now they're going to come in here, we're going to go right, and then have to go left, and then have to go right, and then they can attack the wall. Alright, so this is fine at this level, but you usually want to cover it up, and to be honest, at higher levels you're going to want to put a ceiling trap in there. So anybody who climbs in there and tries to beat on it will get zapped. Okay, so zigzag to bunch them up, a wall launcher to shove them back down the hill and keep them even more bunched, and then wall darts. That'll probably be enough. We'll have to fight, but what fun would Save the World be if you didn't get to shoot some husks yourself? So these tunnels are really weak. We used what we had, but now we have more. So floor spikes at this level are pretty effective still. They do enough damage to hurt the husks, sometimes even kill them, depending on the husk. And At higher levels, they're not nearly as effective at that, but the important thing they do is slow the husks down. So husks are 30% slower when they're walking over that square and halfway through the next square. So we're going to drop some ceiling traps. Normally you want to put gas traps in the beginning to kill the little husks, and the ceiling zappers, like I just put down, you want to save for the end for the bigger husks, because they'll still be alive at the end, but the ceiling zappers are really slow to reload, so you want to put them at the end where they're ready when big stuff comes through. But right now we're just making do with what we have, and we did make some floor spikes here, and we'll drop a few down. Don't want to get carried away because we do have 3 tunnels on this side plus 1 on that side. Put some more ceiling traps in here. So look at a ceiling trap, a wall trap, and retractable floor spikes. That's probably enough. So the other thing we can do is, remember, if you put wall spikes in, when a husk beats on the wall, they'll take damage. And we'll probably kill a few with those wall spikes at this level. Alright. And since we ran out of wall spikes, we'll put a wall launcher just to keep them off the wall long enough for me to be able to shoot them. Okay. What do you say we do this? Eventually, the south and the west will get blocked off by amplifiers we put in. The east will not. Okay, here's what a propane husky looks like. If you see him running with a propane tank on his shoulder, try to shoot the propane tank. You can take out a lot of husks by just blowing up one propane husky. If they get close to your build, they will throw the propane can and it will explode. If they get close to you, they'll throw the propane can and it will explode. If traps take them down to 11% damage, I shouldn't say the build, if they get close to the objective, in this case the storm shield, if traps in a trap tunnel take them down to 11% of health, they will blow themselves up and take out the trap tunnel with it. There's one. Alright, shoot the can, and boom, there we go. He took out a couple husks with him. So we're already coming down to a minute. I'll let Teddy do some of the work here. They are not bears, apparently. And Teddy doesn't like that. So far, so good. We're less than a minute, and no one's even really gotten to the objective. Now you'll notice that our weapon is power level 7, and the husks are nowhere near that. And that's part of the reason we're doing so well. The other is my commander is a higher power level than the husks. We're taking them down here. And that's going to be it for wave 1. The second wave should come from the east. And like I said, throughout the life of this storm shield, every storm shield defense you do 1 through 10, they will attack from the east.
Another wave coming soon. Prepare for an attack from the east.
There we go. So they're not spawning over that way, so we don't have to worry about that way coming in. And we've done what we can in our tunnels. In an emergency, we can run in and put more traps in. If we're getting just overwhelmed by husks, we can drop Teddy, and while he keeps the place clear, we can run in and drop a couple traps in. But I don't think we'll run into that scenario with this defense. Shielders. Watch how many shots it takes to kill these guys. So 4 hits to kill them. Unless you kill the shielder first, and I strongly encourage you to. So let's go ahead and do that here. There we go. 1 shot for the shielder, 1 shot for the husk. There's only 2 hits. So they drop stuff as they die sometimes. Go ahead and grab that. I mean, that's free ammo, free building materials. Can't complain about that. Needless to say, if you're busy running and gunning, you don't want to stop and gather it. But if you get a chance, gather some stuff up. There's usually lulls in the waves. So this is a number of husks we have to eliminate, a set number of enemies. It was 75, so we are halfway through. Well, almost 2/3 of the way through. And don't forget to heal your walls if they're doing damage to them. Ooh. Spacemen and cowboys are the same husk, different skins. They kill you. They are near 100% accurate unless you can slip a wall between you and them. If, as they're getting ready to fire, you can dodge behind a wall, they'll hit the wall instead of you. And we can repair that again. This one's good. Alright, 4 left, 3 left, we're about done. These will kill themselves, and that does it.
Another wave coming soon.
Okay, this has gone really well so far. And we'll run over to the west. If you're feeling rushed, don't bother grabbing stuff. I mean, it's nice to have, but you don't have to grab it. Just run over to where they're going to be coming from so that you're sure you're ready. I promise you, the first time I did this, oh wait, so that hole, little husklings can hop through, and I don't think we're going to see any yet, but let's be in a good habit of covering that stuff up. We don't want to give them a route. Okay, here they come. I was just started to say, the first time I did this, I did not pick up stuff that they dropped. I was too busy trying to stay alive. Okay, we are doing good. I will also add that I didn't use traps at all at first. I had to start to fail before I realized that, you know, playing solo, you can do it without traps, but it's a whole lot harder. At higher levels, playing with a team, you can do it without traps, but it's a whole lot harder. And you can actually, it's interesting, traps are so much a part of the game and so powerful that at high levels, you can complete it solo with traps. And you might not, or probably won't, complete it with a team without traps. Most people fail if they try to do high-level storm shield defenses, because you'll have a storm shield to defend in every area you go to, and by the time you get to the last one, Twine Peaks, the husks are super powerful, and they do a lot of damage, and they come in massive hordes. So trap tunnels help you thin them out so you can figure out, or you can only fight what makes it through. See there, I ducked behind a wall so that the spaceman couldn't shoot me. That is the only way to keep them from shooting you nearly 100% accurately. If they point your way, you're going to take damage. You just have to kill them quickly. Alright, got a little over a minute left. We've had very little threat. I mean, more have made it to the wall than the other ways, but not many. So when the light on the wall darts turns green, it's done resetting and it's ready to shoot again. Until then, it won't fire. Alright. It's weird the way it waffles the sound sometimes and other times doesn't for the gun. Alright. Down to about a half a minute, and we're not seeing any kind of threat to the storm shield. I mean, They have to seriously damage the walls before we worry about the storm shield itself, and they're not even getting close. If they managed to knock me, I suppose they could probably beat through the wall before I could come back. But maybe not, it's only 10 seconds. Hey, and our time is up. And we have managed it. Alright, that's the third storm shield defense. There are a total of 10. You must do a total of 7 of them. And the others then are left for you to do at will, and you get rewards for doing them. You just don't have to do them as part of the quest line. Alright. And gained offense, which is good, because that's the other way you get power level, from survivors and from your fort stats, and offense is the O in fort. And we're going to end up with level 4 loot, which is good stuff. And there we go. I believe our next one you'll get to meet Lars, do a ride to lightning if we haven't done one already. Maybe not. Not at all certain what the next item on the quest line is. We'll have to look at that. We'll hang around and look at our loot, and that'll be it. We got 2 mini llamas and a lot of hero XP. Excellent.
I did some thinking. I got a little carried away back there. To make it up to you, I know you've been wanting some equipment upgrades. So, we now have a full-time technologist to help you with anything you need.
This is the big reward. The scouting party slot 3 is, and Kevin is.
Don't take it personally. He's an engineer. That's as happy as he gets.
So gadgets.
Can't take what anymore? So it's gonna be like that, huh? That's gonna be? What are you doing here? Is this Meisner? I don't know what that is.
Alright, so gadgets are over and above your hero abilities. So these are extra things you can use for power. So healing, adrenaline rush, and airstrike is just that. It drops a bunch of bombs in an area. You can also use tools, which at this point we can increase the size of our backpack or storm shield storage. We don't need those yet, so we're going to do the 2 gadgets. Alright. Have our gadgets, and as you can see, all the other ones are locked behind a level. So as we go up account levels, our level is 12 right now on the top right there next to my V-Bucks. As we go up levels, we'll get access to these other things. Build and repair speed is a really nice one, as is building health. To be honest, all of those items are. Alright, let's get our mini reward llamas, because everybody likes a llama. And I'm going to climb both at once.
Yo, what's up?
And I'm going to hit it with a hoe. Oh, we went silver. Nice. So, silver you get, I think, 8, maybe 9 items. If it doesn't go silver, you only get 4. And we're going to get some gold. We got 11 items out of that. Nice. And this one didn't go silver, so it should be 4. Yeah. Anti-air trap is nice. That will shoot propane cans that are thrown. It will shoot what some other husks that we haven't met yet can throw, and a mist monster. Hey, we got some good stuff. Not gonna mark any of it for collection here because I want to compare it to what we have. We got XP and gold also. Gold is the big part because some really nice stuff goes on sale in the shop. Alright, thank you, and please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Mr. Mean Raid Rob, gone.